Games with pixelated artwork really bring us back to the origins of gaming, to when things began and were a little bit more simple. Today, amazing games are still created with the same artwork style, giving us the nostalgia that we're looking for when we're playing our most recent games that we're interested in. Today, I want to share with you a list of 10 plus mobile games that have that pixelated art style that are actually quite amazing and fun to play. Let's dive into the list. We're starting out with Last Mage Standing. This game has 500,000 downloads and 4.3 stars and is a strategy MOBA casual multiplayer style game. Here you're going to battle solo or as a team with friends in a variety of PvE and PvP modes for quick 3-minute rounds. This is something that we all absolutely love with mobile games. Being able to dive in and out of rounds quickly is something that is very important for the sustain of a game to last on mobile. You're going to collect and upgrade a roster of guardians and pair them with the magical and mechanical abilities to rule the day. This game is really casual and also a lot of fun with a lot of progression that can be had. Moonrise Arena Pixel RPG. This game has 500,000 downloads and 4.3 stars, and as you could tell by the title, is an action role-playing game that is a single-player pixelated experience. This is a hardcore style game that was put together by two indie developers that really love the nostalgia of the pixelated style graphics. In this action RPG, you get acquainted with two characters, both Alice and Godric. Every one of them has unique skills, game mechanics, and different features that can be used throughout the gameplay sessions here. Homeland of the game heroes was invaded by undead creatures and demons, and now they've become stronger, so we have to get stronger alongside of them so that we could take them down. I personally like the upgrade mechanics and the inventory system that's found inside of this game. The exploration is really cool, the casual element and feel that you get from it is cool, but the game is actually difficult. It's not something that's super easy to just beat down in. It's a good game. Final Destiny is an action role-playing single-player experience with 1 million downloads and 4.4 stars. It's very much a platformer style combat inside of this game, and the pixelated graphics that we're seeing are right on tune with what this video is all about. Here, you're going to have some really great combat mechanics with lacking a little bit of depth that you would look for. In this game, you have a lot of action that you would anticipate from an action RPG, but being that it's in a platformer style, it lacks some of the depth that some players don't want to put the time and investment into. Having to find new realms and explore. Here, it's much more linear, and you could have your experience just focus on the gameplay mechanics, specifically the combat. Curse of Arrows MMORPG with 1 million downloads and 4.4 stars. This game is a casual multiplayer, competitive multiplayer, and single player experience that definitely will bring you back in time to when RPGs were a little bit more straightforward and also a little bit more basic. Curse of Arrows is an exciting online RPG where you can fight monsters, discover and use items, battle other players and steal their gold, or simply chat with the community in real time. I love how this game has the social element to it, and I also really like the simplicity of the gameplay. For me, I'm an action RPG player. I play Diablo Immortal every single day on my second YouTube channel called Echo Gaming Diablo. Go check it out if you want. But something like this is actually refreshing, taking me back to the original times of action RPGs and MMORPGs when things were just different. And next up we have an idle RPG, multiplayer and single player experience that has that pixelated style. Crusaders Quest has 10 million downloads and 4.5 stars. A century of Apostles' War, a crisis looms over Halsa due to the sudden appearance of a mysterious woman in the Hyro Forest. As a newly appointed captain of Hero Town, you're the only one that can prevent the conspiracy to free the Apostles. It's got some lore. It's an idle style game, something that you could play when you got other things going on. And it's on theme, so I figured we'd share it here if you're into idle things. Otherworld Legends has 5 million downloads and 4.6 stars, and this is a role-playing, roguelike, single-player experience. Also, on top of that, it is an offline game. Here, you're going to be playing a roguelike action RPG. You're the warrior we've been waiting for. Here, you're able to explore beautiful worlds with tranquil bamboo groves, zen patios, grand overworld dungeon tomes, and dreamlike mirage places. Essentially, lots to explore here, and you're doing it all in an offline experience, which is quite unique and also fitting with the pixelated gameplay, bringing us back in time when things were more of an offline experience. This game is well accepted by the community and quite popular with those 4.6 stars. Soul Knight's probably one of the most popular games on today's list with 50 million downloads and 4.5 stars, and it deserves it. It's a really solid game, being a role-playing, roguelike, casual single-player experience that's also an offline experience. Here, it's a shooter game that features extremely easy and intuitive controls, super smooth and enjoyable gameplay, mixed with a lot of action and cool characters that you can unlock along the way. It's not super slow either. It's a pretty quick title where your combat is fast-paced instead of slow and potentially boring. Pixel Heroes Tales of Emond has 100,000 downloads and 4.3 stars and is a role-playing game. It's a classic Japanese-style RPG casual idle game. The legendary goddess of light created the sacred Emond continent, but the magical civilization here is quietly eroded by evil thoughts, and the dormant demon king is about to awaken after millennia. Essentially, what it comes down to is the combat being a little bit more of an AFK experience, and the graphics being a little bit more of a pixelated graphic style that you are probably looking for. It's a decent looking game, and the gameplay is satisfactory. It's something you might enjoy if you're looking for something a little bit off the beaten path. And you guys know I typically like to bring you something a little bit more off the beaten path. And how about Zeno Command with 500,000 downloads and 3.5 stars? We're looking at a build and battle single player offline strategy title. Essentially, we're looking at a real-time strategy game fused with roguelike elements. Here you can lead a strong army with powerful heroes to defend the galaxy against the alien invasion in challenging battles. It's a really cool looking game for those of you looking for something that's heavy in strategy, a little bit less pixelated, but definitely does have that element to it with the graphic style. I think you'll like this one if you're a strategy freak. And next we have a premium title called The Darkest Moment. This game is a 99-cent game. It has 5,000 downloads and 3.7 stars. We're looking at an adventure game here that's a little bit more casual in its journey, where you're going to be busting through streets, trudging among crowds wearing masks, and step by step walking into devouring darkness. The hero is lost between the intertwined pictures in the real world, and their illusion is finding itself in different places as the game goes on. And you got Crossy Road with 100 million downloads and 4.5 stars, obviously pixelated when you play as this chicken, witch, pony, or whatever else you're playing as. It's a platformer where you need to essentially cross the road safely, which is extremely difficult to do. The game is an 8-bit game that's extremely exciting, super fun, and really reminds me of a game that we would play back in the arcade years ago. It's a good casual experience that if you lose a lot could get a little bit frustrating, but still, solid title. Tome of the Mask with 100 million downloads and 4.4 stars is a single-player platformer offline game that takes you into an infinite world of procedurally generated labyrinth. You got to get through these stages, pushing in the direction you want to go, making sure you don't run into obstacles that are going to injure you, hurt you, or stop you along the way. A very fun title inside of this one. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, let me know in the comments section below, but even more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the top 10 games that I bring you tomorrow in my next list.